Have you ever wondered why the rainbow has become a symbol of diversity and acceptance in our society? Just like a rainbow, our society is a beautiful spectrum of diverse identities, each color representing a unique experience and perspective. And at the heart of this diversity lies the LGBTIQA+ community. But what exactly does this acronym stand for? Let's break it down. L is for lesbian, women who are attracted to other women. G stands for gay, a term generally used for men who are attracted to men, but can also refer to women who prefer the same gender. B is for bisexual, individuals who are attracted to both men and women. T stands for transgender, a term for people whose gender identity differs from what is typically associated with the sex they were assigned at birth. It's important to note that being transgender doesn't imply any specific sexual orientation. It's about identity, not attraction. I stands for intersex, individuals born with any of several variations in sex characteristics that don't fit typical binary notions of male or female bodies. Next we have Q for queer, a broad term that can encompass all the letters in the acronym, often used by those who reject specific labels of romantic, sexual, and gender identity. A is for asexual, people who do not experience sexual attraction, though they may still experience romantic attraction. And the plus is a significant part of this acronym. It represents other identities that are not specifically included in the initialism, such as pansexual, non-binary, and others, acknowledging that human sexuality and gender identity are vast and complex spectrums. Each of these terms represents a unique identity and experience. Understanding them is crucial, not just for the sake of knowledge, but to foster empathy, acceptance, and respect for individuals who identify with these terms. Recognizing and understanding these terms forms the foundation of acceptance and empathy. It's not about labels, it's about acknowledging diverse identities. Does society truly accept diversity, or is there a long road ahead? Let's ponder on that for a moment. In our world, marked by a rich tapestry of identities and experiences, the journey towards acceptance has been a slow and arduous one for the LGBTQA+ community. The progression of rights and acceptance for this community has been a complex dance of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Let's turn the pages of history. In the late 20th century, the LGBTQA+ community was largely invisible, marginalized, and stigmatized. Yet they courageously fought for their rights, their place in society, their visibility. Fast forward to the early 21st century, and we see a series of milestones that have changed the landscape. Legal recognition of same-sex marriage in numerous countries, the decriminalization of homosexuality in many others, and the increasing visibility of LGBTQA+ individuals in media and public life. These are significant strides, yes, but they are milestones on a journey that is far from complete. The LGBTQA+ community continues to face challenges and prejudices that often go unnoticed by the mainstream. Hate crimes, discrimination in the workplace, lack of access to healthcare, and societal stigma are but a few of the hurdles they encounter daily. Transgender and gender-diverse individuals in particular face unique challenges that require our understanding and support. These challenges underscore the need for continual progress. Acceptance isn't a destination but a journey that requires each one of us to challenge our biases, learn, unlearn, and relearn, to listen to the stories of those whose experiences are different from ours, to stand in solidarity with them, to use our voices to amplify theirs. So does society truly accept diversity? The answer is complex. We've come a long way, but there's still a long road ahead. We must continue to push the boundaries of acceptance, to challenge the status quo, to ensure that every individual, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity, is treated with respect and dignity. While significant strides have been made, the journey towards full acceptance and equality is far from over. Let's continue to walk this path together, one step at a time. Do you consider how your identity intersects with others, and how these intersections affect your experience in society? It's a question that may seem abstract at first, but when we delve deeper, we find that it's an integral part of understanding the human experience, especially within the context of the LGBTIQA+ community. This is where we introduce the concept of intersectionality. You see, our identities aren't simply one-dimensional, they're multifaceted, crafted from the various elements that make us who we are. Our race, gender, sexuality, socioeconomic status, and other factors all play a role in shaping our identities. But it doesn't stop there. These identities don't exist in isolation. They intersect and interact, influencing our experiences and perceptions. And for members of the LGBTIQA+ community, these intersections can often compound the experiences of discrimination or privilege. Let's illustrate with an example. Imagine you're a person of color who is also a part of the LGBTIQA+ community. Your experience isn't simply the sum of what it's like to be a person of color and an LGBTIQA+ individual. It's a unique intersection of both identities, where you may face discrimination not just for one aspect of your identity, but for how these aspects interact and are perceived by society. On the flip side, intersectionality can also highlight areas of privilege. For instance, a white, affluent gay man may experience discrimination based on his sexuality, but he also benefits from his race and economic status, which could buffer him from certain hardships faced by others within the LGBTQA+ community. Understanding intersectionality isn't just about recognizing these complexities. It's about using this understanding to foster empathy and inclusivity, to challenge our biases, and to promote equality. It encourages us to see beyond monolithic representations of identity and to appreciate the rich tapestry of experiences that each individual brings to the table. So next time you think about identity, remember to consider its intersectionality, because it's not just about who we are, but how our identities interact and influence our experiences. Understanding intersectionality allows us to appreciate the complexity of individual experiences and promotes a more inclusive society. So, how can you contribute to a more accepting and inclusive society? You might be wondering. Well, there are several ways in which each one of us can make a difference, and today we're going to discuss some of them. First and foremost, educate yourself. Knowledge is the antidote to fear, and fear often breeds discrimination. Spend some time learning about the rich tapestry that is the LGBTIQA+ community. Understand the history, the struggles, and the victories. The more you know, the better you can empathize and the more effectively you can lend your voice to the cause. But don't stop at self-education. Once you're armed with knowledge, share it. Talk to your friends, your family, your colleagues. Start conversations that matter. Yes, these discussions can be uncomfortable, but they are crucial. By talking about these issues, you're helping to normalize them, to dispel myths, and to challenge stereotypes. Next, stand against discrimination. Bigotry and prejudice can often be subtle, hidden in the shadows of jokes, offhand comments, or unconscious bias. Call it out when you see it. Don't let it go unchallenged. Remember, silence can be seen as agreement. Advocate for equal rights. Use your vote, use your voice, use your platform. Support policies and politicians that strive for equality and reject those that don't. Encourage businesses to be inclusive in their practices. And last but certainly not least, show empathy and understanding. Listen to the stories of people who identify as LGBTIQA+. Validate their experiences. Let them know they are seen, heard, and valued. This sounds simple, but it can make a world of difference. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, steady process that requires persistence and patience. So don't be disheartened if things don't seem to change immediately. Keep going, keep learning, keep talking, keep standing up, keep advocating, keep empathizing. Every action, no matter how small, paves the way towards a more inclusive society. So, let's all take steps towards that goal, together. So, what have we learned today? We've delved into the vibrant spectrum of the LGBTQA+ community, understanding the unique identities each letter represents. We've embarked on a journey towards acceptance, witnessing the strides we've made and the challenges still ahead. We've unraveled the concept of intersectionality, acknowledging that our identities are multifaceted and deeply intertwined. We've seen how each of us can make a difference by showing support, fostering inclusivity, and advocating for equality. We've also recognized that supporting the LGBTIQA+ community does not have to cause societal problems. Instead, it can strengthen our society, making it a place where everyone, regardless of their identity, feels valued, respected, and included. Remember, it's not just about tolerance, but about true acceptance and celebration of our diverse identities. Empathy and understanding starts with knowledge. Let's continue to learn, grow, and advocate for a truly inclusive society.